Rise and Wine. Right? We did this last week on the show. This is a segment where I get to vent about something I hated in sports over the weekend. And it's not always going to be one of my teams, but this week it is again. And it's Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets. The New York Jets are the worst coach team in the NFL. They are 0-6. They are the only winless team in the NFL. They are the only team that has no rudder, no hope, no fire. I thought Aaron Glenn was going to come in and renovate the culture. In reality, he has wrecked it. There is absolutely no plan on offense. The last possession of the first half in London yesterday was one of the worst possessions I've ever watched in NFL history, where the Jets just tiddlywinked their way down the field with the hope of not giving the ball back to Denver. They could have won that game yesterday. I thought their defense played well enough to win it. They held a good Broncos offense, or at least a exciting Broncos offense with a good coach and an up-and-coming quarterback and a good running game and a good offensive line to 13 points. When you hold an offense to 13 points in a football game, you should win. But the New York Jets are not one of those teams. Aaron Glenn, remember when we thought the Lions losing both their coordinators were going to make them a worse team this year? You can make the case that Ben Johnson makes the Lions worse, leaving and going to Chicago. But there was a legit groundswell of opinion that Aaron Glenn leaving the Lions was going to put that defense in a tumult. That's funny. I don't know where the Jets go from here. I do know it's not Aaron Glenn. He is not the answer. Justin Fields is not the answer at quarterback. Aaron Glenn was the one that decided to make that move. Remember the whole Aaron Rodgers drama where they fly him over across the country just to tell him that he's getting cut? That was Aaron Glenn and Daryl Moogie, the GM's decision to do that. Clearly, that was not the right decision. Clearly, the right decision would have been to keep Aaron and to build around him and to try to turn around what was a ship that was not on the right path, but still had some good pieces around it. Hindsight's always 20/20. At the time, was I okay with the Jets starting from scratch and getting rid of Rodgers and bringing in Fields? Sure. But look at what the Steelers have done with Aaron Rodgers compared to Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Decision-making is the only power a coach has in the NFL. Coaches coach, players play. The only power a coach has in the NFL or at any level is to put his team in the right position to win. Aaron Glenn is not that guy. Aaron Glenn does not have that ability. It's his first job. Maybe you want to give him the benefit of the doubt for 1 year. He's still in his honeymoon phase, clearly, based off of the way that he's going about his business. It looks like the participation trophy every week is the only thing the Jets are really going for. But Aaron Glenn is the worst coach in the NFL right now. Will he be the first coach fired? No. Probably going to be McDaniel or Brian Callahan, because those guys have been around longer and they're not in that honeymoon phase with a new GM. But Aaron Glenn is the worst coach in the NFL. And he showed it on Sunday with how he executed a completely lackluster game plan, and the execution was even worse. So that's Rise and Wine. 2 consecutive weeks here on the show. Rise and Wine is my own team. Last week it was Penn State. I couldn't do Penn State back-to-back weeks. I mean, James Franklin's been through enough. And this week it's Aaron Glenn and the Jets.